We left off talking about a Pareto chart. Now let's talk about side-by-side bar graphs. So to compare data, we can use a side-by-side bar graph. So data sets should be compared using relative frequencies, because different sample or population sizes make comparisons using frequencies hard or misleading. So it's better to use the proportion of people when you're comparing two data sets than the actual number. So let's see how this side-by-side comparison works. So here we have the frequency data representing educational attainment, in other words, the education level, in 1990 and 2016 of adults 25 years and older who are U.S. residents. The data are in thousands, so 39,344. We would have to multiply that by 1,000 to get the actual number, which would be 39,344,000. That doesn't really matter though, because if we take each number represented in thousands and divide it by the total number in thousands, we would get the same relative frequency. So how do we make a side-by-side bar graph using this information? Well, you can see we have the 1990 relative frequencies and we have the 2016 relative frequencies. If we go down to here to where we can draw our graph, you see that we have 1990, 2016, 1990, 2016. So we're going to put all the 1990s in their relative spots, and the same with all the 2016s. And we're going to make a legend. We're going to say that black bars are 1990, and we'll say that blue bars are 2016. And I better move that a little bit or we're not going to have room to make our graphs. So 20, whoops, sorry. Black is 1990 and blue is 2016. So in 1990, the relative frequency or proportion of people who were not high school graduates was 0.248. So 0.248 is a little bit before 0.25. So we make a bar over 1990. High school diplomas is 0.30 in 1990. So we go to the next 1990 spot, and make a bar that's up to 0.3. Some college is 0.187. So that's somewhere between 0.15 and 0.2. So we draw a bar about like that. Then associate's degrees, we have 0.062. So that's a little bit bigger than 0.05. Bachelor's degrees in 1990 was 0.131, so between 0.1 and 0.15. And graduate or professional degrees was 0.072, so between 0.05 and 0.1. Now we do the same thing with the 2016 data. So we have 0.1 109, that's about right here. 0.288, that's about right there. 0.167 is a little bit bigger than 0.15. 0.101 is just barely bigger than 0.1. 0.208 is barely bigger than 0.2. And 0.126 is about halfway between 0.1 and 0.15. So now we can compare. So every two bars are something we can compare. So in 1990, there was a much higher percentage of people that were not high school graduates than there was in 2016, etc., etc. Okay. Note that bar graphs can also be drawn with horizontal bars. That's preferred when category names are long, just because it looks better. And by horizontal bars, we mean that the frequency or relative frequency goes on the horizontal axis and the categories go on the vertical axis, and the bars get drawn this way. All right, let's end this video here, and we'll move on with pie charts in the next video.